For now about 7 to 8 years, I experienced, after eating too much food, a tingling sensation that occurs mostly subcutaneously. It seems to roughly correlate with how much my body would have in excess energy. So if I have worked out before, and I then eat a given amount of food at a given nutrient density, then this tingling sensation seems to also be less compared if I would eat the same meal with the same nutrient density but without having worked out before. I try to figure out what this sensation actually is, and I do have a few clues. It is lower if I eat mostly protein. It is higher the less complex the carbohydrates I eat are. It seems to be very high if I eat a combination of fat and simple carbohydrates, which then also often probably correlate with a food higher in nutrient density, but also with a higher overall energy intake, as these foods seem to also to a certain extent bypass my otherwise somewhat reasonable hunger or hunger to eating communication by essentially lowering the threshold for further marginal food intake, or in reverse by increasing the level at which I would feel satiated, and thus a marginal additional fork or bite of food would decrease the want to additionally eat food. On the other end, at the fasting end, if I do very long fasts, and also sometimes during a workout, this sensation also seems to occur. So what could it be? I also asked large language models a couple of times about this. I have a few suspects. One is high and low blood sugar. The second would be an indirect effect of high and low blood sugar, which would be fat building or fat burning. And seemingly, at least according to Copilot, the build-up or the build-down of fat seems to somehow relate to a structural change in the skin, which one could maybe sense. Now, it also could be that I'm sensing insulin as well as glucagon at the other end. Also, if I'm working out, and if I'm working out very intensely, and if I work out very intensely after I have eaten too much food, often feeling like very many small needles kind of piercing into my skin. And if I work out quite intensely, it seems to be that blood sugar, due to then the release of glucagon, I assume, is then also quite high. So it could now either be that glucagon is quite high now and is releasing glycogen into the bloodstream. But if I ate shortly before, then insulin might also be quite high, and they cannot be high both at the same time. High blood sugar also seems to be related in some way to a sensation in the nerve ending. This could be related to actual damage in the nerve ending or in the blood vessels related to the high blood sugar, but about that I'm not so sure.